When you think about building a massive hotel, you're thinking about millions, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars. But what if I told you that the success of that entire project, the experience of every single guest, could all come down to just one room? Hello and a very warm welcome. I'm your hotel AI expert, and I'm thrilled to have all you students from Europe Hotel School on this online learning journey. Today, we're diving into something really crucial in hotel development, a step that honestly makes the difference between a pretty good hotel and a truly exceptional one. Let's jump right in. All right, so let's get into the thick of it. Every great hotel starts its life as a blueprint, right? Just a bunch of lines on a page. But here's the thing. This is exactly where the biggest, most expensive problems are born. We're talking about the high-stakes game of turning a flat, two-dimensional drawing into a real, functional, three-dimensional space. So what do you think is the biggest, most expensive mistake you can make in hotel design? You might be thinking it's some huge structural problem, right? Nope, it's actually a tiny, simple flaw that looks totally fine on paper. Maybe it's a light switch you can't reach from the bed, or a shower door that lets water splash all over the floor. A small detail that just ruins the guest's experience. And the real kicker? You don't find this mistake on the drawing board. You find it after the room's already built. Now, think about the scale of this. Let's say you're building a 200-room hotel. You find that one little flaw after the first room is built. Well, you don't just have one problem to fix. Oh, no. You have that same exact problem multiplied by, 199 other rooms. That one small error, its cost just went through the roof. It's not one fix anymore, it's 200 fixes, completely wrecking your schedule and your budget. So how on earth do the world's best hotel developers avoid this nightmare? It's a surprisingly simple but incredibly powerful solution. They build one perfect room first. And that brings us to the hero of our story, the mock-up room. So what exactly is a mock-up room? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's a full-scale, completely functional prototype of a guest room. They build it right there on site, way before they even think about starting the other rooms. The entire point? To perfect the product. To take it from a drawing on a page to a real, livable space and iron out every single kink before it's way, way too late. And when I say iron out every kink, I mean they get into an incredible level of detail. This isn't just about making sure the bed fits. No, it's about the actual experience of being in that room. You physically walk in and you ask, can I reach that light switch without getting out of bed? Does this fancy shower door actually keep water in the shower? Or am I going to have a puddle on the floor every single morning? Is there a huge glare on the TV from the window at 3 p.m.? You literally walk through the space, you touch everything, you use everything, you test every single function. But hey, building the room, that's just step one. The real magic, the real genius of this whole process happens during the review and sign-off. This is where that one prototype gets put under the microscope by every single person who matters, all to make sure it is absolutely perfect. This path to perfection has a few key stages. First, obviously, you build the prototype. Then, and this is crucial, the developers, the architects, the brand reps, they all come in and experience the room. They test everything. At the same time, the contractors, the folks who are going to have to build the other 199 rooms, they come in too. They're looking at something called buildability. Basically, how hard is this to install? Can we do this efficiently and perfectly 199 more times? And only when every single person is happy, when everyone agrees on the final design, do you get that final, all-important sign-off. Okay, so once that sign-off happens, something really interesting happens. The mock-up room transforms. It stops being just a prototype, and it becomes something much, much more powerful. It becomes the unbreakable standard for the entire project. And this is why top institutions like the Europe Hotel School teach that the mock-up room is the ultimate risk management tool. Think about that. It's not just about getting the design right. It's about creating a legal and physical benchmark for quality. That signed-off room, that's the gold standard now. Every single other guest room in that hotel must be an identical match, no exceptions. And this really shows you the night and day difference, right? Without a mock-up, quality can be all over the place. And honestly, accountability is a mess. If something's not right, who's to say what right was supposed to be? But with the mock-up, there's no ambiguity. Accountability is crystal clear. The standard is literally right there for everyone to see and touch. And what does that give you? Standardized quality and, most importantly, a consistent, reliable guest experience, whether you're in room 201 or room 801. So, when you boil it all down, the real power of the mock-up room is that it takes one perfect prototype and scales that perfection across an entire hotel. It guarantees a flawless experience for thousands and thousands of guests. And that leaves me with one final thought for you to consider. As you're building your own careers in this amazing industry, what's your mock-up room? What is that one project, that one skill, that one standard of excellence that you are going to perfect first to set the benchmark for all the success that's going to follow? Think about it.